Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by. My name's FM18 and you're watching the Dafuge Challenge, episode 103 with ENfield Town FC. Well, this is an interesting spot we're in. After losing to Middlesbrough and Crystal Palace, we beat Preston 3-1. Stankovic had a 61st minute goal for Preston. Was a nice shot, really. Martin Weir missed a 19th minute penalty kick. Ian Skinner had a 3rd minute goal to get things started. Hank Kremer had a 41st minute goal to put us ahead. And then Callum Lentil had a screamer from about 25 yards that went to the upper right corner of the net. That secured the victory for us. Preston was on the attack most of the game, but they didn't get anything out of it. Stankovic had a nice game for them. Wish he had a nice game for us. He left because we weren't getting promoted to the Premier League. I wonder how much he's regretting that now. Everybody had a solid game except Wilson. I'm not quite sure what's going on with him. He might be a bit peeved. We haven't played the 4-3-1-2 in a while, but with the 3 strikers I have, there's no need to. So, Middlesbrough drew their last game. Crystal Palace lost their last game to Sheffield United, and Ipswich won their game against Bradford City. So they are now in 3rd place. There are, I can't believe I'm having a brain cramp on this, 3 games left. It's possible that if we lose all 3 games and Ipswich Town wins all 3 of their games, they could displace us for 2nd place. We're playing Preston, who are 19th. Ipswich Town's playing QPR, who are 23rd. So, I need QPR to come through for us. Or we need to win at Preston, or tie. Let me see if I can figure this out. If we draw and Ipswich draws or loses, we secure promotion. If we win and Ipswich draws or loses, we secure promotion. So we need a win or a draw, and we need Ipswich to draw or lose. That's going to be a big ask. So anyhow, we will come back with a game against Forest in just a bit. Today we are away at Nottingham Forest. They are playing a 4-4-2 with Phillips on goal, Good, O'Donovan, James, and Treadwell as the defensive back 4, Coyle, Mount, Scholes, and Dawes as the midfield 4, Hayden and Mallion up top as the strikers. We are playing our 4-3-3 with Ward in goal, Defo, Durante, Hammond, and Arnaud as the defensive back 4, Diaz, Wendell, and Lentil as the midfield 3, Kremer, Skinner, and Rivero up top as the strikers. Mount with a free kick, centers it to Hayden, driving right, bounces his shot off an ENfield player, Kremer sends it up but Treadwell intercepts it, bounces back and forth, now Lentil collects it, sends it back to Hammond, up to Wendell, to Diaz, out to Kremer, back to Wendell, to Lentil to Skinner in the center, Wendell again, moving left, up to Defo, Defo, he passes up in the space to Kremer, crosses it in, Skinner's there, but he skies it. Forced with a corner kick. Oh, Scholes' header goes just over the left crossbar. 20-minute standard outfield being outnumbered. Hammond runs the ball down, passes it back to Ward. He sends it up towards Skinner, knocks it down to Diaz, sends it up to Kremer. Back to Defo, centers it to Wendell, back up to Kremer, Skinner's there, and he scores. Looks like Phillips was caught completely on the wrong foot with that. Good. Now Coyle has the ball. Now Durante intercepts it. Knocks it away, but Dawes runs it down. Treadwell sends it to O'Donovan, but his pass is errant. Now Rivero has the ball to Skinner. He pushes his shot just right. Ipswich is 2 goals to the good on QPR. I don't see us getting any help there. Mount with a corner kick for Forrest. Knocked away by Wendell, but Hayden runs the ball down. He centers it in, knocked away again. Lentil up to Skinner. Wendell taps it up to Kramer. Long pass to Rivero on the right. He centers it to Skinner. Back to Rivero. Oh, and that was a weak shot. Kramer with the ball now. Cross the field to Arnaud. To Wendell, to Lentil, to Skinner. Nice passing, and Kramer's shot is... How can we have nice passing like that and get nothing out of it? Oh, and Ipswich scored again. Scholes out to Coyle. To Hayden. Durante intercepts it. He kicks it away, but Dawes runs it down for Forrest back in, and that is an own goal. No, it's not. Brown scored. Son of a gun. That looked like an own goal. Let's see what happened here. Durante tried clearing it, but Dawes runs it down. Now, who was that defender there? Can I click? It's going to let me. Nope. I think that was Hammond. Dang it. Defo runs the ball down. Centers it to Diaz. To Wendell. Back up to Diaz. To Kramer. Out to Defo. Crosses it in. Skinner's there. Rivero has the ball and he scores. Caroms it off of Phillips. What the heck happened there? Diaz to Kramer. Out to Defo. Crosses it in. Skinner tries heading it. It goes right to Scholes. Clears it. Well, tries to clear, but it goes right to Rivero. Okay. Coming up on 60 minutes. Arnaud's not having the best game. But you know what? We're not going to make any changes just yet. Defo with the throw-in to Wendell. Back to Defo, to Diaz, to Kramer. Nice. Now Good knocks away, though. Coyle to Humphreys. Dispossessed by Wendell. Nice job. Passes it up into space. Kramer's there. Cross it. Rivero. And, oh, that was nice. That is the ENfield Town football that got us to where we are today. Because, frankly, Lord knows it hasn't been our defense. Nice long pass into space for Kramer. You know what? We're still going to leave everybody on. It's not broken. We're not going to fix it. We are, however, going to go back to standard. Lentil back to Ward. That was dangerous. Dude, get rid of it. Dude, get... Oh, I hate that when that happens. Skinner with the ball to Wendell, to Kramer, to Skinner, to Rivero, out to Arnaud on the right, to Lentil. Back out to Wendell, dispossessed by Humphreys. Brown has the ball, long pass to Hayden, who's alone on the left. Being run down by Arnaud, he centers it to Brown. And they get one back. Diaz with the corner kick, out to Lentil, to Skinner, to Hammond, and he scores. How was Hammond left uncovered that whole time? It's because he was offsides. Okay. 4 minutes left. Skinner runs the ball down, crosses it in, Kramer's there, but Phillips stops it. Long pass towards Coyle, but Arnaud knocks it down to Skinner. Collins has the ball now to Diaz, up to Rivero. To Skinner. To Diaz, dispossessed by Humphreys. Now his pass is long. Durante knocks it down to Lentil. Passes it up to Rivero. Almost dispossessed by Good. Rivero in space on the right, crosses it. Skinner's there and he scores. And that should be the victory. And that should be promotion. It's a really bright day. I don't know why it's raining. Although I remember that happening more than once while we lived over there. And Skinner just got injured. Humphreys with the free kick, but Defo knocks it out. And that is the game. Promoted. Wow. Oh, Skinner's injured. Oh, crap. Okay, that's not so bad. Al Jahani can take his spot. Wendell, Bruce Head out for a week. Initial budgets for the premiership. Holy. Okay, in the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot, premier-wise. But for us, that's holy. Do this now before I forget. We'll be back in just a sec. Of course, promotion means another stadium expansion, which means yet another stadium loan. We still haven't finished off our first loan from when we expanded Queen Elizabeth II Park way back when we were in the Vanarama. So the question now is, can we win the league? Middlesbrough is a point ahead of us. So what I am going to do is we're going to play the Villa game offline. And depending on what happens there will determine whether or not we do another live column with Sunderland or whether I just play Sunderland offline. We rejoice in our second place finish. We do an end of season review. And then I spend the next 3 days preparing for the Premier League. Back in a bit. Well, if we were going to throw a game, I'd rather it be the game after we clinched a playoff spot. Villa came and just, I don't know, it was a pretty even game. They had 15 shots, 10 on target, 3 clear-cut chances, 3 half chances. We had 14 shots, 7 on target, 1 clear-cut chance, 6 half chances. They were just better in front of the goal. Didn't help that Rivero went out late in the game. After that, our attacks just kind of fell out of the wayside. Mackin came in and wasn't able to do much of anything. Kramer had an off game. You know, Collins had a solid game. Diaz had a solid game. Arnaud had a solid game and we got another yellow. Woes was okay between the sticks. Lameka had a brace of goals, 39th and 87th minutes. I don't know. We threw this one away. That's how I feel. But that said, we're not going to be able to win because Middlesbrough won their game. So they're going to win the league no matter what we do. So what I am going to do now is play Sunderland offline, and we will come back with an end-of-season review. Well, the title says it all. Sunderland profit from a wasteful ENfield Town. And we were wasteful. Good grief. I thought about starting a weaker team. Putting Ashton in, Mackin, a couple of youngsters on the midline maybe. I don't know that it would have made a difference. We had 14 shots, 5 on target, 1 clear-cut chance, 5 half chances. Sunderland had 10 shots, 6 on target, 1 clear-cut chance, 1 half chance. And they missed a penalty kick in the 69th minute as well. Dennison got them on the board in the 8th minute. Pilbeam had a 67th minute goal, and we just... That's pretty much it. Arnaud had a bad game. Hammond had a bad game. Lentil had a bad game. Al-Jahani had a horrible game until Wilson came on to replace him. And just... It's a good thing we clinched. That's all I'm saying. 26,790 pounds for finishing second in the championship. That's... Now, Phil Colwell, who we traded away at the January transfer window, was selected to the overall best 11, as was Mirko de Angelis Durante. Not seeing Durante on here. He must be a reserve. Yep, he's a reserve. Okay. End of season awards. Ian Skinner, player of the season ahead of Rivero, which is nice. Goal of the season. Callum Lentil. It's a long shot. I know it is. Signing of the season, Hank Kramer, 400,000. Young player of the season, Ian Skinner. They better absolutely freaking love me, and they do. Getting all the preseason we get. Stadium expansions. 7,500 seats. 7 months. And a shared QPR stadium at Istanbul's Arena. That's the minimum size for Premier League stadium, if I remember correctly. Yeah, league requirements. Category 3. Okay, nice. So I'm going to scout ahead. I'm going to skip ahead to the end of the season when we find out who gets promoted with us and who's coming down from the Premier League, and then we will do an end-of-season player review. A couple more pieces of news. Virtually, that's not too bad. Broadcast revenues were way down. I don't think we... Yeah, let me double-check something here real quick. I don't think we had... We didn't have a game on TV at all, except for the preseason stuff against Chelsea and Arsenal, and that just bites. Sponsorship was up, everything else was up. Match day and commercial retail down. Broadcast revenue down. That's not bad for us. New scouting budgets, 451,000. Players on this continent still not. Well, got 28 million in the transfer budget. We can adjust that as needed. Well, a couple pieces of good news here. Skinner set a new championship record with a 7.73 overall rating in 38 appearances. He was also the player of the year. However, Halabaku took the top goal scorer. Rivero was second. Skinner is the EFL Young Player of the Year. I won Head Coach of the Year. And looks like Hammond, Skinner, and Diaz are on the player select squad for the championship. And then all the fun stuff begins. Contract extensions. Garmendia, I don't know what is going on with this. Okay, it says he's valued at 48K. His contract expires in less than a month. Well, a little bit over a month. But I cannot make him an offer. It's got to be a Spanish league thing. Well, this screen does have some of the details of the players. Francisco Rivero scored 33 goals this season. Skinner had the highest rating at 7.74. Rivero also had the most assists with 22. Rivero and Skinner both tied with 10 Players of the Match award. Hammond had 13 yellow cards. That is just annoying. 102 goals is the second highest in the league. Crystal Palace had 110. Goals allowed 65, 11th best. This is the primary reason we've been promoted. And it's been this way every time we've gone up a league. We'll score a lot of goals, and we'll let a lot of goals in, and then our defense gradually gets better. most likely because I'm bringing in better players. And as long as our offense remains prolific and our defense remains mid-table or higher, we have a good chance of succeeding. Now, in the Premier League, we need at least 35 points, if not more. That's going to be tough. I'm not going to be too upset if we come back down. And I told the guys we'd fight bravely against relegation, but I don't know. We're going to fight and scrape our way through. Squad-wise, if I sort by goals here, Rivero with 33, Skinner with 22, Kramer with 24 and a half season with us. Kramer had 15 rather and a half season with us. Al-Jahani had 6 and 4 assists. Lentil had 6 goals. I think all of them were from range. Gustavo Diaz, 3 goals but 14 assists. Nigel Wilson, 3 goals, 7 assists. If I go by appearances, Gustavo Diaz started every game for us this season. Had a solid season for us. Hammond started 44 games, a solid season as well. One thing that does worry me is the Al-Jahani situation. He is still on his original contract, a hot prospect contract with us. He's earning £190 a week. He's come to me asking for a new salary a couple of times. I said yes. His work permit gets denied because the Saudi Arabia team's world ranking is too low, and he walks away from the contract discussions. So, the plan next season, and Custer had a plan too, is we're going to start our quality strikers up top. We're going to bolster our midfield, and we're going to not do much on the defensive back line. I'm playing the youngsters as much as I can next season, if anything, to get them developed. Page is going to be leaving. Keeley's leaving on a free. There's a possibility Rivero could be leaving. RCP Espanol is charging hard after him. Durante and Diaz are going to be back on loan, which is nice. Collins is leaving. I don't think I renewed his contract, but he has really fallen off a cliff. So, that's that asking price. I don't know why it's set that way. He's had a good career with us, but he didn't get a lot of playing time this year. And he was a little bit upset by that. And I can't guarantee him playing time next year. The only person I am bringing along is Tom Ashton, who's been with me the entire time. And he will get playing time in the first game. We've got a decent payroll. We've got a better than adequate transfer budget, especially for our first year in the Premiership. We're not going to blow it all on one player because it's going to take more than one player to keep us up next season. And I got to repeat something I said earlier. Holy f***, we're in the Premier League. My question is, how long are we going to stay there? Well, I've had a day to look over the roster and to take a look at some of the available free agents out there before the preseason starts. And we're definitely going to be in a relegation fight. I've got a good championship level team, and I've got some premier quality players on the team. The problem is about half my team as it stands right now is just not premiership level. So it's going to be a dogfight. We're going to hang on by the tips of our fingers until a January transfer window. See if we can't bring a couple guys in then to bolster the team if necessary. It's going to be one of those things. I mean, if we're relegated no matter what come the January transfer window, we're just going to hold on to the money because I suspect a lot of the players I'm going to have to re-sign in the offseason are going to ask for release clauses and whatnot. And you know what? We'll just cross that bridge when we get there. We're in the Premier League. It's quite the accomplishment. It's way ahead of schedule, and I am in no way prepared for it. So that said, I am actually going out of town for a week. I think I mentioned this on the Twitter feed last week, but the videos have finally caught up with the Twitter. So I'm going to play a couple of games away and get those recorded. When I come back, I can start editing those and get those up onto the channel as soon as possible. And frankly, y'all can suffer along with me as we do our best to stay in the Premiership. And a part of me says I'd be okay if we got relegated. That part of me is lying. I'd be really upset if we got relegated. But it's going to be a fight, and we're going to make the most of it. If we do come down, it's going to be because we didn't fight hard enough. If you liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave them down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. My name's FM18, and I thank you for watching.